Touch of Jazz was Jazzy Jeff's production company, and that was kind of an interesting idea that Jazzy Jeff came up with. Uh, he had, I think it was either 6 or 8 guys that would write material. And they kind of paired up. So the two guys would be in each room, and the facility was where Studio 4 used to be. So Jazzy Jeff had his room, and then there was the hallway, and there was all these other studios that were part of Touch of Jazz. And then he had his management offices, and it was kind of almost like a record label, but it wasn't. It was a production company. So somebody like the guy from Hootie and the Blowfish, the singer, I forgot his name, he came down and he wanted some songs, and those guys wrote songs for him and presented it to him, and whatever they picked up on, they got paid for. And I don't know if they're of commission structure or anything like that, but that's how it worked. And I think he worked with they're escaping my mind, but there was a lot of big celebrities would come down to Touch of Jazz because they were writing hits. I mean, they did the Jill Scott record. The Touch of Jazz was heavily involved in that. And that there was some other big people, but it was a very cool way of doing things. You know, you're an artist, you need songs, you go to Jeff, he hooks you up with his production company. They talk to you, they have a meeting, they go through what they can do, then they come back with all their songs that they've written just for you. And Will Smith, I think some of his stuff was written for solo records was written by Touch of Jazz production company. So it was a pretty profitable thing for Jeff and a very smart thing for him to do. So he did that for a while, and then I think it slowly dissolved as the writers start going their own different ways, because as they were writing, they were getting bigger and bigger. And I remember, was it Dre? I forgot. And Vidal. I think he was working with Michael Jackson. I think some of the other guys were working with Michael Jackson, and they were slowly getting bigger and bigger. So it didn't make sense to have this production company. They all went their all separate ways, and they all did very well. And it was a good family. They're all talk to each other and that. So I thought I'd talk about Touch of Jazz. It's interesting company.